Art can affect a person's life in many different ways. It can be as simple as a favorite song changing your mood, or become something much more complex. You can spend days working on a piece only to have it go unnoticed, while random splashes of paint is called a masterpiece and is displayed all over the world. Here in Harlingen, many artists can be found who took their passions and skills and turned them into their livelihood.
I don't know, it was just natural, I guess, that I would just sketch anything that I would see. And then little by little I wanted to learn more and more, and like all of my sketches were just pencil and just black and white pictures. But I wanted to apply color on them, so I took a few lessons, and that's what it kept me going. I'm more and more interested on it.
Monte Zabrowski owns and runs Cozy Creations, a custom furniture painting shop on Jackson Street. She has been drawing and painting for over 17 years.
Everything that I know up to now is because I learned it on my own, just by trial and error. Fully, I was like not part-time, full-time has been since 1992, every day. I started doing it just for fun, but now it's my business. I opened the doors 6 years ago, but I've been doing it for a long time before that, but I was just doing it in my home.
I like any kind of art. I don't do abstracts myself very much because it's not something that comes easily for me, but I love it. And I pretty much like any kind of art.
Marilla Spahawk is the current president of the Harlingen Art Forum, located in the Art Center on Jackson Street.
I started drawing when I was a little girl, and I took art all the way through school. I had a scholarship when I was in high school to the museum in Houston. And then I did not major in art, but I took quite a bit of art in college. And I moved a lot, and every place I went, I took art from whoever was around at that time. So, and I do all kinds of art. I have started in oils, and then I went to watercolors, and I learned pastels about 5 or 6 years ago. And then I just recently started with acrylics. So, pretty much everything. When I was growing up, my mother took me to museums. Every place we were, and I've been to some wonderful museums, so I was always exposed to art. And there are some, I love French Impressionists. I know they've been around a long time, but I think I like them the best. Well, I was driven. And Mother encouraged me, my mother and Dad encouraged me, and I also, for a long time, I lived in Abilene, Texas, and I belonged to an art group there. And one of the ladies there was from Europe and had a wonderful art education, and she was pretty inspiring, I guess. But I just always did it. I did take 4 or 5 courses in college, but I guess that's as professional as I've gotten. I do sell pictures, but I don't consider myself really a professional artist because I don't do it for a living. That would be hard. I don't think I could do that. Well, I think when you're an artist that you just notice things more. When you go someplace, you look at the colors and the shapes. It just has enriched my life a lot. And I've met some wonderful people who are artists every place I've been.
The art form that I prefer will have to go and be the visual graphic arts, motion graphics, really. Although traditional art did go ahead and kind of help me to go ahead and get a little bit of appeal and honestly to go ahead and recognize the different kinds of art forms that exist, visual and motion graphic arts is really what I go ahead and really got appealed to.
Uvaldo Prezes is an instructor at Texas State Technical College in the Digital Media Design program. He has been surrounded by art in one form or another since childhood.
Growing up, I went ahead and was luxuriously happy enough to go ahead and be the son of a pressman and printer in Mercedes, and that kind of paved the way for me to go ahead and get an close-up look at working with inks and oils and machinery, and much like any, I guess, young boy being involved in that kind of atmosphere, it just really opened up my eyes to go ahead and get involved. Was lucky enough to go ahead and kind of also gain the I guess the opportunity, but not only the opportunity, but also the chance to go ahead and be looked upon, the owner of the Mercedes Enterprise, to go ahead and give me the chance to go ahead and get my training there when I go ahead and became 16 years old. Still going through high school in Mercedes, I was given the opportunity to go ahead and go to Georgetown, Texas, and get my Konica film certification, which is used to go and do any kind of plate making or film negative separations. Got my Texas Pressmen Association certification when I was 18 years old, and I did get myself a degree here in DIT in 1999. So I've used those experiences to go ahead and kind of gain a little more recognition professionally.
So,
It's more really for personal reasons. As a career, I go ahead and make a career of being an instructor here, and previously as a Texas Pressman and press operator. So art's really more of an actual personal item that I go ahead and tend to go ahead and use as a way of going and expressing myself, or just to go ahead and just plainly design. Yeah, teaching is more of a profession. I think art, again, is used to go ahead and help more express emotion and feeling more than it is to go ahead and kind of define a person overall. When you consider art being used to go ahead and be used to express or rather demonstrate emotion as opposed to define a person, different art forms tend to go ahead and be used for different mediums, and ultimately I think what really helped me to go ahead and aid me to go ahead and work with the art forms of art, and how it helped me to go ahead and define who I am today. Such a film as in the early 80s, Aliens, helped me to go and recognize an artist like, Geiger, and the different kind of machinery work of how that kind of work composited can go ahead and become much greater than just being on a still image. But if you put it into motion, or you put it into models or surface textures, can really develop the overall aspect of an actual artwork. Or artists like Duchamp, who will go ahead and take traditional items that would be ordinary objects and will make them into art pieces. Probably you may have seen one where a urinal, a male urinal, has been taken into an actual art form. That is Duchamp's kind of work, and that kind of abstract work, really appealed to me. No, I can't. Not really. My life without art, no. With everything that we have around us, especially with technology the way it is, and my ambition and inspiration for motion graphics, no, I can't. I cannot go ahead and envision my life without art.
It's almost entirely impossible to be unbiased when it comes to talking about how art affects a person's life, because everybody's been affected by art in one way or another. It can be something simple like a song changing your mood, or something way more long-lasting like it becoming your career and your life. For a lot of people, it just stays as a hobby, something fun to do, something to take up time. Maybe sometimes you make a little bit of money off of it. For even more people, art plays a relatively small part in their lives. Just a song they like, a shirt they like, a pretty picture on the wall. But nobody can honestly say that art hasn't affected them in some way, because in today's world, art surrounds us entirely. It's everywhere. No matter where you look, you're gonna see some kind of art.